Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about the Boogie Gopher Club. It's an update, it is NFT. The May 22nd update 2023 from them, I'm going to actually show you here briefly. So get your pen, pads, and papers ready, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos. This could be a possible NFT that could change your life. It's still up in the air. Are you willing to invest in it? If you are, the description box down below has the link to Miracle Cash and More, which takes you to Cashflow NFT website where you can buy the Boogie Gopher Club NFTs. Benelux or UK, both are $10,000. Now, before we even start, this is in pre-construction mode. This is in development mode. Miracle Cash and More, which is what they're using as what the NFT is backed by, they literally have less than 5 or 6 stores. They literally have less than 0, as far as I can tell. No point of sale systems, no ATM machines have been placed. I cannot tell because they have not disclosed this information lately. It appears there could be 2 stores in Germany, 1 store in the Netherlands, possibly a second. There's a store, 3 stores in Cyprus. But Cyprus isn't an NFT held country. The UK NFT holders receive profits from 2 of the Miracle Cash and More stores in Cyprus. But year to date, no NFT holder, as far as I know, have received any profits, even though there's rumors. One other thing, when they run these Zoom calls, it is not open to the public. You cannot ask questions directly on screen. All those things I do not like personally. Now, we have put money into this program. We're not getting answers as I like them. I have been booted, of course, from their WhatsApp and from their Telegram groups because I'm asking questions as to if stores are open, why aren't NFT holders receiving their portion of alleged profits? Now, with all that said, full disclosure, I just want you to have something to think about. They have Zoom calls Monday through Thursday, noon Eastern Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In fact, I will leave the link down below in the description so you can get those. On Friday, they just have a noon Zoom call. Now, a little anomaly. Instead of having a corporate update where people are allowed to ask questions, they generally have something called CWS, which I don't know what that stands for really. They will have an update on CWS group, and I'll probably put a link down below for that because there are a lot of NFT holders who have no way of getting information, don't know that there's a Telegram group, doesn't know that there's a WhatsApp group, doesn't know where to ask questions other than send things in via email. Now, that's another disclosure. So you guys can invest, do your own due diligence. If you want to put your money into this, you're going to have to try and figure out answers and information because they are not open, in my opinion. Now, the Zoom call information will be down below. Also, the CWS. Also, Boogie Gopher Club is on YouTube. All right. So far, there is no website for Boogie Gopher Club. There's also other updates from December, from November that is posted here that you can go back and see what they were expecting to do down the line. I have April's, I have March, I have May, and now we have May 22nd update with a new presentation talking about evaluations. These evaluations are all based on something called DCF. Investopedia can help us out. Let's go. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You see this on the screen. Just so everybody understands what DCFs really are. You tell me that something is worth $5 billion. If you are an investor and somebody tells you my company is worth $5 billion, I'm not saying this is what Boogie Gopher Club NFT is saying. I'm giving an example. If I say you have a company and you tell me, Eric, my company is worth $5 billion, you know what's going to happen if you're an investor. You're going to say, okay, let me see your books. That's the first thing you're going to ask for. And if you come back and tell me a professor over here at some school told me that it's worth $5 billion, I'm going to tell you and look at you like with the stare on my face. In fact, why don't I just show you? I'd be looking like this. Huh? That's what we would be doing, ladies and gentlemen. We wouldn't be sitting here talking about a number. That's what's happening. At DCF, as you may have read already, is nothing more than a valuation method used to estimate the value of an investment based on its expected future cash flows. Again, if somebody tells me my company's worth $5 billion, Eric, and I have 100 shares, and each of my shares, Eric, because I said it's worth $5 billion, that means all my shares are worth $5 million, $50 million. You're going to be like, are you smoking crack? You'd be like, okay, fine, you can believe whatever you want to believe. How much money are you making right now? And if they said, oh, we've made about $1 million this year, then you would say as an investor, where did you come up with this $5 billion assessment from? Oh, Eric, you know what I did? I said, I went over here and talked to these guys and they said because of everything that we have in place, oh, you know, we're going to have we're going to have 1,000 stores in place, Eric. Okay, that's nice, but you don't right now. Oh, that's right. We're going to also have this new product coming out that we can put in stores. And we made some agreements with the store that has 2,000 locations. Okay, but that's not what it is right now. But the DCF allows me to evaluate a company based on stuff that doesn't even exist. I can tell you what I want. It's a pro forma, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So let's keep going. DCF analysis attempts to figure out the value of an investment today based on projections of how much money it will generate in the future. Okay, look, how much money they'll generate in the future. What is this? This is, I'm going to evaluate my company based on the future. That's very nice. You need to be on the stock exchange. You need to find individuals that's going to give you money, right? You guys know when somebody's doing a startup and they go, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. Then the person puts in their life savings in some instances, or people put in what they can afford to lose in other instances. And then the next thing you know, the startup goes bye-bye. But they tell people our evaluation based on the last amount people put in, we evaluated it at $10 million, and our shares was based on, we have a million shares. So they were based on $10 a share. All right? Now, next round, seed money, next round, series, they tell people, oh, because we did all of this, now our company's valued at $30 million. So now whoever wants to invest in our second round has to pay $30 a share. Okay, that's how startups work. That's fine. There's actually usually offices. There's usually actually people. They usually actually come online, answer questions, or discuss it amongst their group. What's going on? What's the latest thing? Fully kind of transparent. People are able to come by the offices and chill out. And if somebody promises you money, our startup is going, you've put in your shares at the $1 million evaluation, and we promise to give you some sort of commission or payouts because we already have stores or we already have people signing up. We'll give you a commission based on if you brought somebody else in. And that is happening, and your people are being brought in. You're allegedly opening up a store, and then people don't get checks after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year. Does a DCF really matter if they tell me the company's worth $5 billion? You tell me, ladies and gentlemen. Make the comments down below. Now, with that intro, now I'm going to play you their update because you have to put everything relative. And also, now, before I start getting a little more upset, how about this? Not only do we not have everything in place that I told you about, but I'm going to bring something else in. I'm going to talk about nodes, which would indicate a blockchain, which there's never been any discussion about you having a blockchain. And you do understand if you did have a blockchain, then everything would be on the blockchain and accessible from everybody based on the wallets. But so, once again, you can tell me you're going to open up some Phoenix. You can tell me you're going to have some nodes. You can tell me you're going to have another somewhat of a gas coin. You can tell me all this stuff, but you don't even have the first thing started. It sounds good as long as you need someone's money. So there's my rant. And this thing right here is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes if you want to watch it. Now, will I get banned? So be it. But the fact of the matter is, I've already been banned. And I'm not sitting here talking about you guys can just do whatever you want, say whatever you want. Nobody gets, and anybody that asks questions, you ban them and block them. That is not a good sign. That's like you're in the camp of banning books as far as I'm concerned. So I'm speaking up because nobody else is, because everybody acts like a chump because they put money into an investment and they don't want to criticize their investments. That's part of investing. You criticize to make things better. Criticizing and then blocking people without answers gives you a different perspective, because now you're thinking, wait, you guys said you were going to do this in 3 or 4 months. 3 or 4 months comes by. Now you're telling me, oh, we have a problem. Okay. 3 more months goes by and you have no solution. And now you start telling me about we got something else new. Oh yeah, this ought to get somebody a little heated. A lot of people. And yeah, I'm not going to some shish kumbah thing that you guys want to sell down in Miami, and you're not even paying out commissions, but yet you're somehow evaluated at billions of dollars. Come on. Once again, opportunities are for everybody. If you want to join in to the Miracle Cash and More Boogie Gopher Club and all that, that's fine. I have a link down below, but I'm giving you guys the straight up front stuff. None of this kumbaya crap. All right. You have to think for yourself if you're an investor. You just can't go, oh, yeah, I gave you my money, and then everything you tell me from here on is BS. Nothing's happened that you said was going to happen 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago, but it's okay. Fully transparent, you're not. Okay, let me stop. Ladies and gentlemen, check the video on the latest Boogie Gopher Club, May 22nd, 2023. Let me know what you think. Let's go.
Only Mr. Mike Thiard with us. I believe he's still in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken.
Still in Sweden, and it was just an amazingly beautiful day. This was sort of a trip that I hadn't really planned. It was just, you know, kind of a last minute. I should go with you, I said to my mom. So came up here, and we've had 3 beautiful days, which Sweden is hit and miss. It can definitely get a whole week that's just rain and clouds, but first 3 days, fantastic, beautiful weather. So I'm very high spirits. Most beautiful place when the summer is here in Sweden. It's hard to beat the nature and the beauty of it. All right. So as I said on the Saturday call, for those of you who were on that, we are going to start using our now new and improved 10 miles above the old deck. So because we're created the deck, we're sort of streamlining and creating the message around this deck. It'll be a casual presentation today, just taking you through it, have you understand it the best way. We will do that. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Mike Thiard. I am founder of Cashflow NFT and one of the shareholders in a company called Miracle Cash and More. So in this presentation, you will be learning about that and understanding that. There is an opportunity to be part of this project. And that opportunity is very unique because before this technology was available, it was impossible to be part of something like this. So this is a very different opportunity in that it's never been done before. And usually, I know Ed from way back, and I just met Carlos last year, and we've been in the industry and we've been grinding it, and what they give us to work with hasn't been much, and we just make it work with what we got. But in this scenario, what we're getting is gold, and we're able to actually market and promote it for a fraction of the value. So I believe that this is probably, in my humble opinion, I think this is the best thing that's ever happened in this industry. Now, if you're new, someone invited you, I want to just let you know that you are not here because we need you to take any particular action. This is something that you can do without having to share or talk to anyone about this. This is a very unique position where someone who simply participates by getting a membership here actually will be able to supersede the income or the pay that someone who's promoting it gets. So that's what's very unique here. Okay. All right, here we go. So today we're going to be sharing about a company called Cashflow NFT, and also a company called Miracle Cash and More. Cashflow NFT was actually launched a little bit over a year ago, but Miracle is over 6.5 years in existence now. So first of all, the confidentiality blurb here is that this document contains proprietary information of Miracle Technologies Holding, LDA, trademark. Any reproduction, use, or appropriation or disclosure of this information in whole or in part without the specific prior written authorization of Miracle Technologies Holding LDA is strictly prohibited. Failure to observe this notice may result in legal proceedings or liability for resulting damage or loss. 2023, Miracle Technologies. So you may or may not be aware of this, but one of the greatest shifts in the world, in history, is coming. And that is that in the industry of tokenization, we will see $24 trillion shift from the legacy old system into the new. And for those of you who have followed from a distance the sort of evolution of Bitcoin, you would know that there's a saying, you know, when something new is created, first it's wildly opposed. So it gets ignored at first, then they kind of laugh at it, then they actually start fighting you, and then eventually, if it's good technology, it wins. And we've seen that happen over and over and over again. So some that I speak to, you know, when I mention the industry I'm in, depending on how connected they are to what's going on, they'll say, well, you know, isn't that so and so? And I heard about it a long time ago, but I'm still not able to use it in the stores. It's because the perception that they have that the timeline of something to happen, the adoption of something new, is a lot shorter in their thought than it is in reality. And you can see that actually if you look at how the internet evolved, for instance. The internet was actually created in 1960 for military use. And as that was being used in the military, it became sort of apparent that this could be actually used in private in the world. So it was invented in 1960, but it wasn't actually public and used by the ordinary citizen until 1987. And then from 1987, it continued to grow. But we all know, you know, the technology was, you know, dial-up, it was slow, and there was a lot of technical challenges until it became really efficient. And so the time from that, you know, you're looking at internet starting to become popular in 1999, but then when social media came into the space in 2004, and then we have what we call Web3 in 2008, and now in 2022 we have AI. So we're still looking at a span of looks like 40 years. Now you can see that blockchain came about in 2008, and when I look at what's happened in that space, it seems to be actually a faster pace than the internet itself. Looking at Apple, 1976 was that first product they had, and now what is that, 24 to 40, almost 50 years later, we now have these incredibly amazing gadgets in our hand that can do everything. And it took, you know, 10 gadgets back in the day to do what one can do, and the power of that is just unbelievable. And so with all of this sort of connecting points throughout the world, what happens now in today's world happens much faster than in the old days. So we've seen, you know, brick and mortar businesses become websites. We've seen, you know, these phones that used to be just phones become video recorders and computers and all of the above. We've seen real estate also go digital with sites like Zillow. And then we've seen the currency market now starting to be affected by this new technology, blockchain, introduced through a currency called Bitcoin. So 14 years since the launch of this, and if you haven't been involved, you may not know, first got obviously put onto the internet by an anonymous person or group, Satoshi Nakamoto, with the white paper. And the first actual transaction that was done in 2010, where there was just a group of highly intelligent people discussing what it would take for this new technology to become a transactional thing. And someone said, well, isn't it just that you actually use it in a transaction? He said, why don't we do this? I have it. I have these coins. And if I offer, someone 10,000 coins for 2 pizzas, would they take me up on and send 2 pizzas to my house and I'll send them 10,000 Bitcoins? That's exactly what happened. That's turned out to be the most expensive pizzas in the history of time. 2014, a new version of this currency came about called NFT, non-fungible tokens. 2017, we had a lot of new ICOs and introductions of many various versions of this currency. We had a sale of one NFT in 2021, one sale at 98 million. So if that doesn't say it's real, nothing would. But what Hakan says, the founder of Miracle Cash and More, he says, when regulations come in place, when they're in place, that's when the big players will make their moves. And we just had that event in Europe with regulations called MiCA. And so now all the EU countries are regulated by one set of laws called MiCA. And so the size of this now on an annual basis in 2021 was $3 trillion, which is big, but it's small compared to really the potential of this. And this really represents less than 1% of what's out there. And if you look at what happened with the digital world, that 71% of businesses so far have joined into that world. And so as we see this happening and what happened to the internet, there's multi-billion-dollar companies that have grown out of that in record time. We're also seeing that we are at the sort of doorstep to the same type of event happening, but in this one, it's in the financial world. So HSBC came out with a report with data from the World Economic Forum, and they concluded that, first of all, over the next 4 years, we will see $27 trillion be tokenized. Like, tokenized is something is taking a specific unit of value and adding it onto a token that lives in the blockchain. But not only that, when they analyzed the world and how much more efficient a tokenized world can be, they saw that $867 trillion of assets worldwide would benefit from being tokenized. So again, what industry then can we shift? Well, the industry of finance, which, by the way, is the largest industry in the world by far. And what is that? What is these companies then that are joining up to be a leader in this space? Well, that is Cashflow NFT in a strategic alliance with Miracle Cash and More. Led by the founder, Hakan Torhan, who has a couple of decades of high-level experience in the financial world, where he, in his younger years, placed over 10,000 ATMs all over UK, moved on to Turkey, and was instrumental in joining 4 networks, 4 different banks' ATM networks together built a software, negotiated with the banks, got them to agree, and closed the deal. And that would be one of Hakan's biggest achievements. And he also worked in consumer credit and finance and built products there that helped companies go from $1 million companies to multi-billion dollars. So his successes are coming from the financial industry. And he had a dream of owning a bank one day. And when he saw the blockchain, he knew this is where he would fulfill his dream. So he put together an incredible company with 14 top attorneys from many different countries in the world, key programming teams behind the technology, top business development expert with over 100 years of combined experience, and signing deals with various joint ventures of crypto companies, and bringing in the top of the top in the marketing realm. And we just came off an incredible meeting, and it looks like we're tying into some amazing existing giants in the entertainment industry and the sports world. Miracle is not a startup. Cashflow NFT is a startup, but Cashflow NFT is there to assist Miracle in expanding worldwide. Now, what's unique about Hakan and his vision was when he saw 2017, he saw an industry that was mostly unregulated and a lot of companies making an really insane amount of money, but he wasn't interested in that because he knew that if the blockchain technology was going to be the technology that people transacted with across the world as the main technology, he knew that regulations were coming. And because he saw that there was an opportunity to become the Amazon of crypto, he built Miracle with regulations in mind. So instead of trying to avoid the regulatory framework, he sought it out and saw how he could obtain the licenses and what the governments wanted from a company. So he was looking to be regulated, and when everyone else was looking to avoid regulations. But because there's an exit strategy for Miracle, he knew that he had to be 100% compliant and build his company for the long term to have any value in a possible corporate sell. Now, evolving Miracle has been a long road. You're coming in a time when the hard part is done. Imagine starting this in 2017, starting to build the company, launching for business in the test market, using the revenue from sales in the initial market of Cyprus, and continuing to reinvest into the company and building all of the core systems that now are ready for worldwide use. Really focusing on a high-touch company, a digital company that operates also in the high street with a brick-and-mortar model, so that we can be face-to-face with our customers, unlike all the other companies who are operating from some part of the world and never being able to speak directly to their customers, following in the footsteps of Apple, seeing that the digital companies, the big ones, are now going back to the brick and mortar to have a fully robust and valuable infrastructure in the world. And then recently having some amazing talent join us and creating now a full NFT marketplace wrapped around tokenization and with additional systems like blockchain nodes and fintech solutions. So this is the world of Miracle. Now, Miracle was built to pick up where banks leave off. So if this is going to be, which we believe it will, the technology that will dominate in the world, then you need to have the full infrastructure to be able to service and give the customers and provide the services they need to transact. And that's what you see here in front of you with ATMs. You have web services, KYC capabilities, point of sale, blockchain services, but really having our own switch, which is where all transactions pass through, and is a technology that is extremely difficult to build and costly to build, but Miracle Cash and More has built it and has their own. As a matter of fact, all of the software that Miracle uses is built by Miracle. It's not, we do not have any third-party white label solutions. And again, that's because Miracle is built to be valuable to a buyer. So retail stores in major cities, point of sale terminals in retail locations, ATMs strategically placed throughout the countries that we operate in, and various business-to-business enterprises and solutions. And you can see here that over the last few months, we have made strides. Now, these countries represent countries that we have local representation. We've signed leases for retail locations. We're fully licensed for these marketplaces. And we are at the very, very doorstep of going big public in a big way, I can say. Now, if you're familiar with crypto exchanges, of course, we are that, and we are so much more, which you can obviously identify in the name. But looking how much more we are when you look at some of the existing well-known companies like Binance, Coinbase, and Crypto.com, you can see that they are really only looking at one part of this opportunity, while Miracle Cash and More is looking at all the parts of the opportunity. And we are, with our technology, the most versatile crypto company on the planet. So who are our competition? Well, some of these, Hakan believes, won't be there because of regulatory challenges that they will face in the future, and that they are not fully prepared for what's coming. So yeah, they're out there, but we believe they will have a hard time competing with us. We are coming to the industry and to the different countries, legally regulated in all the countries that we do business in. We will have the only company that has built the infrastructure to have physical retail stores. Sure, others will come, but they are way behind if they haven't started already. Remember, we've been at this since 2017. Point of sale services, online as well, with a very unique additional capabilities, like turning the crypto into fiat instantly, and also having a refund function for that, exchange services, and NFT marketplace. And in our wallets that we have with Fireblocks, Lloyd's of London do insure those wallets, and we have actually added an additional insurance for when the crypto is traveling, which no one else has in the industry. So let's discuss really, how can you participate? Well, we've created the world's first NFT that can earn from a monthly revenue. The world's first platform showing this revenue through any wallet that holds an NFT. So we have business revenue, we have business ownership, we also have bankable loans with transferable NFTs. And it is the first in the world 3.0 NFT marketplace. The only NFT where you can check the results of the revenue that comes from all revenue-driven activities, each tied to a country and licensed. So we've built our NFT around the very cool animal called the gopher. And it was inspired by 70s comedy, where that gopher was the smartest and the most entertaining character in the movie. And that is what it's built around. What you're seeing in front of you here is just a placeholder for what is going to be our new 3D inspired NFT. So the NFT token is really a fractional ownership of business and revenue. Now, the way that it works is that Miracle, when I actually found Miracle Cash and More, the business model was and still is that Miracle sells the rights to an entire country as a master franchise, similar to how a franchise such as a fast food like a McDonald's would sell the rights to an entire country, and then all of the restaurants, all of the people that wanted to have a restaurant would have to go through that master franchisee, and they would then be in charge of that country. Well, that is the same business model that Miracle has. And so now Cashflow NFT has the first right to refusal of buying each of those franchise licenses. And what we do is we actually split that up into fractional shares, and we attach those shares to an NFT. Now, the deal is that Cashflow NFT gets 75%, and 25% of the revenue from that country goes to Miracle. That 75% gets tokenized, and depending on the budget that we have for that country and what it takes to open that country, along with the price of the license, we split that up into various increments. And we've had them at 2,500, we had them at 5,000 and 10,000. And we believe in the near future, we will be able to have them at 1,000 as well. So every NFT has value, and it's based on a real asset that's backing that NFT. So we said, well, we have a real company and we have real value, but it's hard for the people buying the NFT to be able to trust and attach that value to something that they know for a fact is true. So we said, well, what companies do to really find out the value of maybe a company they're interested in buying is they hire a financial expert to do a discounted cash flow analysis on that company. And when that expert comes back to give the value, they know that that is what it is, because it's a formula and it's a standard that they follow throughout the world. Now, we hired the top expert in Turkey to do that for us. We honestly did not know where we were at with our valuation. We knew where we were going, but we didn't know where we were at into today's valuation. So when Germany came back at $3.8 billion, we all fell off our chairs because it was a number that was so big, and it was to us so early in our progress that it was we were very happy about it, but we were also very shocked. That means that each NFT that we started to sell at $1,500 a little over a year ago now had grown in value to $2.8 million per NFT. And that is an unheard of return on investment in such a short time. But people who've heard stories about the crypto industry are familiar with how powerful the industry can be as far as if you are part of the right project. Now, we also have another NFT that we are still currently selling. Germany is almost sold out, I believe. You can ask for that. But we have Benelux, which is really short for Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. And so this NFT covers all of these 3 countries. So all the transactions that happen in those 3 countries will be paid to that NFT, and very high GDP. That's an amazing country. And we also got the DCF report on that, and it came back at 1.55 billion, which when you split that into the 2,000 NFTs, it came out to 775,000 per NFT. Now, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm just going to say that right now, we are still selling the Benelux NFT for $10,000. Why are we doing that? Well, that was the price that we set. That's what we decided to do when we did not know the value of this NFT. And we sat down and said, what does this now mean? Do we now increase the price of this, or do we continue where we were? And we decided to continue. Actually, at the time, this was half the, it was a $5,000 NFT. We said we may have to go to 10 because we have a budget for what we want to do in those countries by opening stores and everything. So we are now selling the Benelux at 10,000, and it's worth the value according to the DCF is 775,000. I know that sounds unheard of, but that is simply what's happening. UK came in at 3.16 billion, and that works out to be 796,000 per NFT in valuation. And that NFT, again, we're selling at 10,000, which is absolutely an amazing reality. And we love the fact that we're able to do that for a short period of time. And so for those of you who are new to this, I'm sure that's a very hard number to process. So because of what we're doing and what we did with this, we are actually the first NFT with a real valuation and a bankable NFT. So this work and the way it's done, a bank is seeing it as truth, and they are willing to actually loan money against that. So it's a collateralized, we made a collateralized NFT. It's backed by an asset. It's tied to an industry that is absolutely exploding. It's been exploding for the last 15 years now. And it's also tied to a company that has real revenue. And so actually payments will be going out to these NFTs from the sales and the profits of these regions. Fully compliant with regulations. For those of you who like to share the good news, who can't keep quiet when you found something amazing, and for those of you who care about friends and family, and you see something good, you want to share that, we have an affiliate program, a 2-tier affiliate program. So if you do share it with someone, you will receive a 10% commission from those you directly refer this to. And if they in turn, for one reason or another, also would like to refer someone, we will give you an additional thank you for that, bring in that person who's willing to help spread the word and build this this company, a 5% commission. There's no limit to how many people you can refer. We've had people refer people who are tied to companies who are coming in buying, 50 to 100 NFTs at one time. So that then becomes a very, very exciting business deal for them. So again, we're not a startup. This has been it's closing in on 7 years, and it has not been easy. If you're someone who's not involved in technology, for instance, you need to understand that this is not something that anyone can do. It takes a very special individual to be able to actually get a company to this place with the infrastructure of technology that's in place and the sophistication of technology that is behind this company now. So again, we are the world's first NFT that's backed by an asset that it's actually bankable. And again, there's actually no recruiting needed or necessary. And we always say, if you buy one and own one, you will make more money than someone who's only selling and not buying. Okay, so it's not about recruiting, but we have that here because, you know, we're growing almost an extended family. We are a very close group of people now across the world who have gotten behind this project and hold this project very, very dear to our hearts. So this is a nice little fun slide. So the following preview has been approved for appropriate audiences by top business people around the world, and it's miracle rated. This is not financial advice, and this is over 18 only. Exceptional opportunity throughout, not financial advice, may contain forward-looking statements, may cause excitement in most business people. So we are not, by no means, advising anyone on finance in this presentation. Okay, now, of course, a crypto company always has, I would say for the most part, always has its own token, and Miracle has two. It has a stable coin, and it has a functional token called Phoenix. And Phoenix will be used throughout our whole ecosystem. We believe Phoenix will increase in value several thousand% over the next few years. And that's because Phoenix will be part of a worldwide network of transactional activity. And this network and this ecosystem, financial system throughout the world will, we believe, be the biggest in the world because we have the most delivery channels and most products. Now, tying that token into this ecosystem, we believe it will help that token increase in value over time in a very, very big degree. We also have a system, they are called nodes. Nodes are there to decentralize transaction and to validate transactions. And with each NFT, everyone will receive a mini node. And when you run that node on a daily basis, there will be an allocated amount of Phoenix paid out. So it's like having a money printing machine on your computer. Very, very exciting technology. I have friends who've become multimillionaires by only investing in nodes. And so Phoenix will be used throughout our ecosystem, and that will help Phoenix value to increase. So nodes are coming very soon. We do not have them yet. So if you wanted to buy nodes, you have to wait until we do our worldwide launch of that, and then they will be available to purchase. Not a bad idea to have a money printing machine in your computer, right? So it basically is a service that you're providing to the network, and because you're providing that service, you earn points, and those points are part of the fee structure for the transactional activity that Miracle will have. We are launching our own NFT marketplace where we will have, obviously, the Boogie Gopher collections where you can buy and sell that, but you will also be able to swap on this network, and it will be a platform only for asset-backed NFTs. So Cashflow NFT, our NFTs pay you. The NFT 3.0, a shift in transactions is coming, and the world will never be the same. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, You saw it. You see what's happening. Let me know what you think about this Boogie Gopher Club NFT now 3.0. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And because it's so hard out here, people are looking for that passive income stream. They're looking for anything that can help them get money in the door from their investment. That's what people are trying to do. So once somebody gives you their money, you can't blame them for asking questions. That should be allowed. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.